Roy Allen Birch has qualified for the men's 50-meter freestyle semi-finals at the Commonwealth Games in Scotland earlier today. Birch finished third in Heat 7, touching the wall in a time of 22:68 at the Towcross International Swimming Centre. Birch's time saw him finish 9th overall, heading into tonight's semi-final. First 25 meters, he's on point right out there, but it looks as if the end he's losing a bit of control and speed. How do you technically correct that to make sure he can get through tonight?
It's really thinking about that portion. Obviously when you get there with the atmosphere and you get worked up, you tend to forget some of the details. He's going to rest now between heats and semifinals, and then, as we're getting closer to the time, he'll be thinking about those fine points so that as we get there, obviously that will be the goal.
Over the weekend, Birch qualified for the men's 100-meter freestyle semifinals, where he finished 6th in Heat 1 of the semifinals with a time of 50:26, which is a personal best, and saw him finish 11th overall. In squash news at the Commonwealth Games, Micah Franklin went down in his third-round plate match in a four-set battle. Franklin, taking on Joe Chapman from the British Virgin Islands, went down in the first game 11-5. Chapman would take the second game 11-9. Franklin will fight back and win the third set 11-6, but he could not keep that form as he went down 11-7 in the fourth. Nick Kine went down in straight sets 11-6, 11-5, 11-9 in his plate quarterfinal match against Scott Fitzgerald from Wales. Turning to track and field in Scotland, Trey Houston missed out on a qualification spot for the men's 100-meter dash semifinals when he, running in Heat 8, finished 4th with a time of 10:72. Houston stumbled after coming out of the blocks, but was somewhat able to recover and pass a few runners on his way to finishing tied 36th overall out of 76 competitors. The Cup Match champions Somerset Cricket Club and challengers St George's Cricket Club have announced their teams for the upcoming 114th Annual Cup Match Classic, which will take place at the Somerset Cricket Club this coming Thursday and Friday. The champions have recalled Deontay Darrell and Jordan De Silva, while the challengers have recalled Jason Anderson, Craig Crockwell, Kyle Hudson, and George O'Brien, while Shannon Rayner and Dalray Rollins were selected as coach for the challengers. So the teams are as follows: Somerset Cricket Club, Captain Jacon Ednes, Malachi Jones, Vice Captain Gennaro Tucker, Chris Douglas, Jordan De Silva, Greg Mabry, Trey Manders, Derek Bringman, Deontay Darrell, Taryn Frey, and Jacoby Robinson. The challengers St George's Cricket Club have Aronde Bascom as captain, Rodney Trott as vice captain, O.J. Pitcher, Dalray Rollins, Shannon Rayner, Craig Crockwell, Lateef Trott, Kyle Hudson, Lionel Cahan, George O'Brien, and Jason Anderson. We can also reveal the men who will officiate the Classic. Oscar Andrade and Emerson Carrington will stand in the middle, with James McCurdy as the third umpire. Roger Dill will stand as the match referee. Janai Parentchief put on a show during the first day of the Netherlands Track and Field Championships in the Olympic Stadium in Amsterdam. The youth Olympic-bound high jumper finished second with a top leap of 2.08 meters in the men's high jump. Gillian Teixeira won the 1.45-meter jumping competition in two phases class on the third day of competition at the Glock Horst Performance Center in Austria. Teixeira and Lacavals set the test. She rode speedily and with a time of 37:19 in the second phase set a benchmark which was not to be outdone. I'm Earl Basden reporting from Glasgow, Scotland for Vsb Sports.